Did you know most people only believe something is possible after they see proof? We trust what already exists. We follow what already works. We copy what already succeeds. But think about it. If everyone waits to see first, who creates something new? Every invention, every breakthrough, every successful idea started from something invisible, a belief. Successful people don't wait for evidence, they create the evidence. They believe first, then struggle, fail, adapt, and persist until belief becomes reality. This is what we call manifestation. Not magic, not wishful thinking, but the psychological power of belief shaping action. Today, we will explore why most people need to see first, why successful people believe first, and how you can use manifestation to change your life. Chapter 1. People love certainty. Humans are wired for certainty. We trust what is visible. We trust what is proven. We trust what others already accept. This survival instinct protects us from risk, but it also limits possibility. So today, even when survival is not threatened, your brain still rejects uncertainty. That is why people prefer predictable jobs, even if they are unhappy, because certainty feels safer than possibility. This explains why manifestation feels difficult. When you believe in something that does not yet exist, you enter uncertainty. No guarantee, no proof, no validation. And most people cannot tolerate that feeling. They want assurance before action. They want evidence before belief. They want results before effort. But creation does not work that way. Psychology calls this uncertainty avoidance. Humans naturally seek clear answers, fixed plans, and stable outcomes. Ambiguity creates stress in the brain. That's why people often follow the crowd. Because if many people believe something, it feels more certain. That's why new ideas face resistance, because they threaten stability. Think about someone starting a new business. Friends say, "Are you sure? What if it fails? Better choose something safe." They are not trying to stop you. They are protecting their sense of certainty. Your belief challenges their comfort. Here is the paradox. If you always choose certainty, you only repeat what already exists. No innovation, no transformation, no breakthrough. Everything new requires temporary uncertainty. Manifestation demands the opposite mindset. Instead of seeking certainty first, you create certainty through action. You move forward without guarantees. You tolerate not knowing. You trust your vision despite doubt. And this is why only a few people shape reality, because only a few people can live without certainty long enough for their belief to become real. Chapter 2. Long-term vision. People who believe first don't just think about today. They think years ahead. Most people plan for the weekend. Some plan for next month. A few plan for next year. But the people who shape reality think 5 years ahead. Sometimes even decades ahead. They ask a different question. Not what works today, but what will the world need 10 years from now? This is what we call long-term vision. The ability to see where civilization is moving. The ability to predict problems before they exist. The ability to prepare for a future others cannot yet imagine. At first, this looks like madness. Because when you talk about the future, there is no proof. No data, no guarantee, no validation, only belief. And most people reject ideas without evidence. But visionaries understand something powerful. The future is not discovered. The future is created. Look at every major change in human history. Technology, transportation, communication, innovation. None of these started with certainty. They started with someone imagining what life could become. Before the internet existed, someone believed the world would be connected. Before smartphones existed, someone believed information should live in your pocket. Before electric cars became popular, someone believed transportation must change. They saw the future first, then they worked until the world caught up. Long-term thinkers also understand patience, because when your vision is 10 years ahead, results do not appear quickly. You struggle longer. You fail more. You wait more. While others chase short-term comfort, you build long-term reality. And this is why many people give up manifestation. They want immediate results, immediate proof, immediate success. But belief that changes reality requires time to grow. Manifestation is not just positive thinking, it is future thinking. It is the ability to mentally live in tomorrow while physically acting today. And those who can see 10 years ahead often become the ones who build the world everyone else will live in. Chapter 3. 0 to 1. People who believe first usually don't aim for small success. They aim for big change. Not improvement, not adjustment, not replication, but creation. This is the mindset of people who understand that true manifestation is not about copying what already exists, but bringing something entirely new into reality. Most people think from 1 to 100. They take something that works, then improve it a little. Better version, cheaper version, faster version. But the biggest transformation in history comes from people who think differently. They think from 0 to 1. They create something the world has never seen before, something people didn't even realize they needed. Look at the digitalization era. Before ride-hailing apps existed, people accepted traditional transportation as normal. Waiting on the street, uncertain pricing, limited access. Then, suddenly, transportation became something you order from your phone. Ride services, food delivery, online shopping. Everything became instant. Not because people asked for it, but because someone believed this future was possible. They didn't replicate the old system. They reinvented how humans live. Food that comes to your door with a tap. Transportation that arrives in minutes. Shopping without visiting a store. These ideas once sounded unrealistic, too ambitious, too complicated, too impossible. But those who believed first saw a different world. They imagined convenience as the new standard. They imagined speed as the new lifestyle. They imagined digital connection replacing physical limitation. And today, that imagination shapes daily life. This is the difference between small success and massive impact. Small success follows existing paths. Big success creates new paths. When you move from 0 to 1, you are not competing with others. You are building something others cannot yet see. That requires courage. That requires vision. That requires belief before proof. But creating from 0 also means higher risk. No guarantee, no validation, no clear roadmap. You will be misunderstood. You will be doubted. You will be questioned. Because people feel comfortable improving what exists, but they fear what has never existed. Yet history shows something powerful. Every breakthrough begins as an idea without evidence. People who understand manifestation deeply know this truth. If you want ordinary results, follow what already works. But if you want extraordinary results, you must create what does not yet exist. You must believe in something before the world understands it. You must see reality that is still invisible, and when belief becomes action, 0 becomes 1. Chapter 4. Master of Human Behavior. People who believe first don't just understand ideas, they understand people. Because at the core of every innovation, every breakthrough, every successful manifestation, there is one thing being served: human needs. People who create the future are often masters of human behavior. They study how people think, how people feel, how people struggle, how people make decisions. They observe fear, desire, pain, and motivation. Not on the surface, but at the deepest level, because they know something powerful. If you understand people deeply enough, you can predict what they will need tomorrow. Most people focus on products, but visionaries focus on human problems. They ask questions like, what frustrates people daily? What makes life easier? What saves time? What reduces stress? What increases comfort? They don't wait for demand to appear. They understand the psychology behind the demand. People often don't know what they want until someone shows them. Before smartphones, people didn't demand constant connection. Before social media, people didn't imagine sharing their lives instantly. Before digital services, people didn't expect speed and convenience everywhere. But those who believed first understood something deeper. They understood human nature, the desire for ease, the desire for recognition, the desire for connection, the desire for efficiency. They didn't guess the future. They understood human behavior. And human behavior rarely changes. Technology changes, tools change, but human needs remain. This is why belief becomes powerful when it is built on understanding people. Because if you truly understand humans, you don't follow trends. You anticipate them. You see what people will struggle with next. You see what solutions will become essential. You see what problems will demand answers. This also explains an important truth about business. If you don't understand people, you don't understand business. Because your customer is not a number, not data, not statistics. Your customer is 100% human. Business is simply solving human problems at scale. The better you understand people, the clearer your vision becomes. People who believe first invest time in understanding humanity because they know the future is shaped by human decisions, and human decisions follow predictable emotional patterns. Manifestation becomes powerful when belief is combined with human understanding, not just believing something will exist, but knowing why people will need it. Not just creating innovation, but creating relevance. When you master human behavior, you don't chase opportunity. Opportunity comes to you because you are building solutions for problems people haven't yet realized they have. And that is how belief transform into reality. Conclusion. Most people live by one rule: I will believe it when I see it. But creators live differently. They say, I will see it because I believe it. The future is not discovered. It is created. Everything around you today once existed only in someone's mind. A belief, an idea, a vision. So, if you want to change your life, stop waiting for proof. Believe in the possibility. Act on that belief. Persist through doubt. Because reality follows conviction. Believe first, struggle for it. And one day, you will see what others thought was impossible.